of basically what we're going to do here is talk about DNA, RNA, and their functions in protein synthesis. So the first question is, what molecules make up DNA? So in this article here, this review paper, it talks about the different pieces of DNA, and they're outlined here. You have the bases that are made up of sugars and phosphates, and they make up the base. So you have a nucleoside, which is a base, and a sugar, which is either adenine, guanine, thymine, or cytosine in DNA. Uracil would be in RNA. So when you add a phosphate to a nucleoside, you get a nucleotide. So essentially, these form the building blocks of DNA. So here's your bases that pair up. So you have these ingredients. You have hydrogen, oxygen. You have in your bases, you have carbon, and then you have phosphorus. So if you look at the composition, the chemical composition, you have phosphorus, nitrogen. You don't have any sulfur in here, but you have carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and phosphorus. So let's look at this here, the function of RNA. RNA is a little different than DNA. RNA has uracil in it, and it's used to communicate with the rest of the cell, the rest of the body, for the purpose of making protein. So in RNA, you have the structure of RNA, which you can see here. You have, instead of DNA having deoxyribose, you have a different sugar. You have ribose. Let's see, you have ribose in RNA. So looking at this, you can come down, and you have your nitrogenous bases. So you have messenger RNA, which is copied from a template that's created by the DNA. The DNA gets unzipped. You can see right here the unzipping that exposes the DNA bases. Here, these are DNA bases, and they are copied to form messenger RNA, which has, instead of thymine, you have uracil in the RNA, and you have thymine in the DNA, right? Okay, make sense? Good. Okay, so we'll look at that, and we're going to look at in the cell, in the cytoplasm, you have the ribosome, which is like a protein factory. The messenger RNA comes along and it carries these triplet codon sequences. Okay, let's take a look at them. So here's one, here's another, and these codons are 3 base copies that are taken from the DNA template out to the cell, where the transfer RNA brings in an amino acid that is specific, coded by one of these triplet codes, okay? So the messenger RNA brings in the triplet code, and the transfer RNA says, "Oh, I know how to match that. I'm going to bring this in, this amino acid right here, and link it to." And what it does, it runs down. It goes this way. It runs down this chain, and it keeps adding these amino acids to make a peptide, and then it connects those peptides and forms proteins, polypeptides or proteins. So I put together a quiz for you. I'm definitely going to run out of time here, so I will attach the quiz separately.